Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my trap for a quick second. This is not going to be too that long of a video. All right, so listen. I cannot play the clip because I'm not about to play with Bravo. But, you know, they released a sneak peek of next week's episode from Real Housewives of Atlanta. And, of course, it had to do with Marlo and Marlo, as Marlo says her name, Marlo. It has to do with Marlo and Kenya. And this is what I have to say. So for those who haven't seen the clip, it's floating around on the internet. It's basically Marlo and Kenya getting into it because I guess it got back to Marlo that Kenya mentioned her nephews being kicked out of Marlo's home. And then Kenya also repeated it again during the argument. This is what I have to say. The first thing is this. I told y'all that Marlo was not going to be satisfied until somebody got down in the gutter with her. I said Marlo not going to be satisfied until somebody mentions those nephews of hers, her sister, her mother, whatever. She's not going to be satisfied, right? The next thing I want to say is this. I think some of you just want a reason to fight because a critique of your parenting, a critique of how you operate as a guardian, right, is not the same thing as someone speaking about your child or the kids that are in your care. We're just going to keep it at your children. We know that Michael and William, they're not Marlo's children. I mean, they're her children. They're her nephews, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. So that's not the same thing. I'm tired of people trying to make it seem as though if somebody even mentions your children's name, that's them talking about your child. No, it's not. You can mention Tatum, Sloan, and Bailey all day long. I think I'm smart enough to know if you're critiquing something about how I may handle my nieces versus you saying something about my nieces, right? Somebody got in the comment section one time and said something about my nieces, right? This happened in real life. That wasn't about, oh, you wrong because you probably yelled at your nieces, blah, 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 right? So I know the difference. I feel like some of you just want a reason to fight. Or either you really need to know the difference between a critique of your parenting and someone actually talking about your child. Like when Nene told Kenya, oh, it looks like you're carrying a buffalo. That's calling someone's child a buffalo, which is talking about somebody's child, okay? I also think this is the problem, right? I think that when it comes to Kenya, people are going to have a reason to dislike Kenya because, of course, some people will say, oh, Kenya is getting her get back from how she treated Portia. Like Portia was, now mind y'all, no tea, no shade, no all tea, all shade. Y'all are talking about the person who has gotten into the most physical altercations on Real Housewives of Atlanta, just went to her own show, was throwing Bravo equipment and throwing porcelain across the room. That's the person who you're trying to defend. The person who slept, right, and is now engaged to her co-worker's ex-husband. That's the person who you're trying to defend. The relationship between Kenya and Portia, I don't think you can compare to the relationship between Marlo and Kenya. At this point, again, here we go. But since y'all bring it up in the comments, I'm going to bring it up, right? Marlo and Kenya were supposed to be cool. Marlo reneged. Now they're not cool. It's pretty much kind of like the same thing that Portia did. Remember when Portia and Kenya were supposed to be cool and then she reneged after she got back cool with Nene? Portia and Kenya never really too much care for each other. right? I think the problem that Marlo has with Kenya is I think that, as much as y'all may not want to admit it, I think that Marlo is very envious of Kenya. I really do. I think she seeks validation from Kenya for whatever reason. And this is the real gag, right? Kenya and Marlo, they have similar backgrounds as it pertains to their families, right? Kenya, I don't think Kenya was in foster care, but she really didn't receive, the relationship between her and her mother, right? Or the lack of a relationship between her and her mother. And then I also think that there's some family secrets going on over there. I don't care what nobody say. I've been saying that for years, that Kenya family, what was her name? Auntie Cisco. That's what Funky called her. Auntie Cisco. She never really sat right with my spirit when she made that comment towards Kenya about, that's my sister and leave it alone. Oh, girl, it's something going on over there in the Moore household, okay? So you have Kenya, who kind of has a similar background with Marlo. I think the reason why people get so mad at Kenya, one, Kenya is slightly messy, okay, and she's good at it. But also, Kenya is not so... When you compare her to like someone like Marlo, Marlo can say whatever she wants to Kenya, right? She can talk about, she can bring up her mother. She can talk about the lack of love that she, didn't receive or received from her mother. She can bring up Mark. But as soon as Kenya says something like, oh, girl, you kicked your nephews out, girl, all hell break loose. Because the truth of the matter is, when you have someone like Marlo and her ex-homegirl PJ's mama, girl, they're more emotional. Kenya can literally sit there, right, with her legs crossed and get the girls together. And in real life, all Kenya do is just repeat the shit that you said. An example would be like Kim Zolciak. Girl, like my homegirl Erica Caller, KK Kim, okay? Like Erica Caller. Oh, excuse me. Like Erica Caller, KK Kim. I remember when Kim and Kenya got into it. All Kenya did was repeat what Kim had said online. Remember when Kim had offered Brielle up, girl, for some John Legend tickets? She offered her daughter's throat, okay? She offered and said to her, who does her daughter have to give head to for some John Legend tickets? And all Kenya did was repeat back to her in the midst of an argument. Girl, why you sitting here talking blah, 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 blah? Worry about who your daughter gonna give head to for those John Legend tickets. And then Kim had a fit. Girl, you said it. I just repeated what you said. I'm spitting all in y'all face. I just repeated what y'all said. Right? Now with Marlo, is pissed off at Kenya. Girl, all I did was repeat what you said. You did kick your nephews out. That's what Kandi said. And see, this is exactly why I said last week that Marlo should have a problem with Kandi. Because truth be told, Manetta didn't know about Marlo's situation. Manetta said in that car, I have not been privy to some information. And then Kandi is the one who started to say, well, girl, y'all know she kicked her nephews out. Kandi was also the one that told Kenya that. Now, looking at it from Marlo's lens, Marlo should be cussing out Kandi. Because now you done gave this heifer some ammunition to throw back in my face. And what did Kenya do? Throw it in her face. And what did Marlo do? Get worked up and bothered. But Kenya ain't said nothing that Marlo ain't already put out there. It's just that now it's coming from a bitch who you can't stand. And she know your tea, and she know your dirt, and she know you kicked your nephews out. Your nephews out. But Marlo should be cussing out Kandi for telling her enemy her business. I told y'all. Y'all can't handle Kenya's mouth. Kenya be wrong. Don't get it twisted. Kenya be wrong. Kenya be wrong. Kenya be wrong sometimes. But a lot of times y'all just get mad because the way that Kenya responds to the mess, right, you can't take. Y'all can say and do whatever y'all want to do. And Kenya just sit there. Like when Marlo brought up Kenya's situation with her mother, Kenya didn't get up and holler and scream. She sat there with her legs crossed and was like, girl, shut up. Right? Right? When Kim was trying to get under Kenya's skin, Kenya sat there with her legs crossed and had Kim in Nene's house breaking shit. Now, Kenya sitting there with her arms crossed with her Hermes bag across her elbow getting Marlo together. While Marlo running around the house all shook. Girl, I saw security, I think, coming from the side. Just in case, girl, Marlo was about to hit Kenya. That's the problem. And that's why y'all ain't gonna never win when it comes to Kenya Moore. Because Kenya can control herself. She can cuss your ass out, get you together, and still stand there. Y'all be the ones who running around her fighting, throwing dishes across the room, girl snatching people, girl throwing glasses in people's house. That's the other girls. That ain't Kenya. And that's why a lot of the girls, including the fans, be bothered. Real tea. But anyways, girl, I'm gone. We're going live tonight. Hopefully this video can make it up before the live. Today is, what's today? July the 22nd. We're going live tonight in a few hours at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you see this video after July the 22nd, then girl, that means we already went live. All right, y'all. I think that's all I had to say. Of course, we'll talk more about it in Sunday's review of Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'll talk to y'all girls later. Bye.